Morning everyone. It's one of those soft misty mornings here at the Wildwood. Sheep are having a little munch over in the corner there. I've got to clear out this paddock so that they can come in here without trashing their wool on these thistles. It's such a gorgeous morning and there's so much for me to do today. He's always there and he has seen Solo, poor Solo. Ooh. So, got my boots on. I'm going to ignore the chaos. There's quite a bit that still needs to be sorted out before winter. I was feeding the ducks earlier and saw some mushrooms which I'd seen on the internet, probably on one of my dyers groups that I belong to. And the ducks are hungry. Let's take a detour via the ducks, because they have really grown. There they are. So these two little ones, this one is Sparrow, and then we have Pom Pom and Spider. And behind Spider is Calypso, who unfortunately has turned out to be a boy, so I won't be keeping Calypso. The apricot there, that's Swan, and at the back, looking at me with the grey head, is Pearl, and the little sort of golden one here, that's Rigetti. And yes, they've all been named after pirates of the Caribbean. And these absolutely beautiful birds are not staying with me for various reasons. They're called the Collins, the trio known as the Collins, because they are, they just remind me of Colin Farrell. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We are here to look at mushrooms. Now these I've already picked, not much to see there. The potager is still being wound down for winter. This is where I harvested all my sweet potatoes, and I've left all the vines that I won't be using for just to break down for mulch. I've taken the cover off the polytunnel because it was getting blown about so much by the wind. I just thought it was easier to pull the cover down and start again. We're actually going to dig down and sink the polytunnel down so that it doesn't get the full force of the wind here. Of course, he's with me again. These last cucumbers here, they're being currently sliced up and fed to the ducks and chickens. And this is what I've come down to show you. It's not a very interesting specimen, this one. It's a grey ink cap. Not as dark as the shaggy ink cap. Oh, hello, Solo. And thankfully not poisonous, because Brocket's been all over them this morning. So I will pick these. And then, so I have my little pot. Then I found these. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Apparently they are supposed to be... What have I done? Sorry. Apparently they're supposed to be edible. I would never, ever eat anything I wasn't sure about. And as the late Terry Pratchett used to say, all mushrooms are edible once. So basically you can eat it, but you might not survive. So I would never ever eat anything that I personally foraged. There is a foraging course happening in my area soon, which I will probably go along to, but I still feel a bit strange about eating anything. Now these are really distinctive. They have quite a pattern on top, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up. They're very fragile. There are gills, can you see that? Gills on the top as well as underneath. So that's what makes these identifiable. Now we're going to have a kitten interlude. Okay, so this is Solo. He's 4.5 years old, and Rocket is 6.5 months old. Not even quite 6.5 months. So you can be sure that Rocket's going to be a huge cat. He's already a huge pain for some of the other cats. So I think Solo possibly has a bit of Persian blood, and in my other video for the cottage garden I was saying I think that Rocket might possibly be Norwegian forest cat, maybe a bit of Maine Coon, who knows. Right, I think I have got plenty. I'm not aware that any other creature eats these mushrooms, so I'm not taking anything away from the environment. They disintegrate so rapidly that these will all be gone by later in the day. Well, especially when the hay arrives, which is where Solo's sitting, because everything here will get squashed. Now these are interesting. I don't know what they are, so normally from my mushroom book it says if they have a slightly waxy or sticky coating on top, that's a good sign not to touch them. So I'm going to look these up and leave a note in the description if I can find out what they are. So that is a big haul. It said on one of the articles that the darker the mushroom, the stronger the dye. So these are quite pale, so I think they're going to give me a very, very pale ink. I won't use them for my wool because I like stronger colours for my wool. So let's just have a last look at Solo. And Rocket's hunting in the tarp. That tarp's going to... oh, there is some dye. My fingers are going a bit stained already. Oh, interesting. Oh, I like this. Right. Oh, yes, so the tarp... oh, sorry, he does give me the giggles. He's paddling in the water. He's probably hunting for something. We had so much rain last night. I'm glad the hay didn't arrive yesterday. What is it? What's he got? Oh, he's making ripples and trying to catch them. Bless him. He is such a distraction. Yes, so the hay will be arriving later. And then I need to finish tidying up. That old tarp there is going to be chopped up and made into pathways, which will be covered in more of this bark chippings. That's Ruby, you can hear in the background. She is so loud. Right, and there's an aeroplane going over, so time for me to get back to the house have another cup of coffee and get on with my work for the day. Uh-oh. Right, well, thank you for joining me on this little ramble around the Wildwood farm, and I'll be back later. Bye for now.